What's up, YouTube? It's Nooch, the Console Samurai. This is my review of Godzilla. Obviously the new one, not the old one. Compared to the old ones, this was actually a really good movie. Effects-wise, story-wise, all in all, it was actually really enjoyable. Matthew Broderick's version, when it came out a couple years ago, was pretty bad. He looked too much like a dog. In this one, he looks a little bit like a combination of, like a dragon, a dinosaur, and crocodile or alligator. He looked pretty realistic, other than the obvious he's a giant reptile. We would have found him by now. They did a pretty good job with the effects. He does look real. The monster in this, they never named it Mothra, but it was a giant bug monster. It looked more like a roach than a moth, but I kind of feel like it was supposed to be a new take on Mothra. But the story, as far as where these monsters came from, they never went into so much detail that it was problematic that it didn't mesh up with our history as we know it. They just went into enough that, it was explained, okay, so now we know where these came from. So they never went too far and tried to say like, oh yeah, some secret society's been hiding them for thousands of years or since the dawn of time. They didn't go that far. That they weren't aliens or anything like that. There was a pretty reasonable explanation of what they were. The fight scenes between Godzilla and the other monster were pretty good. They actually no side seemed to be too powerful. Pretty heavily matched. I had actually forgotten that Godzilla could breathe fire until at one point when he did. Hopefully I didn't spoil that for anybody. But the concept of why they're rampaging through the cities actually makes sense. It's not just, they just feel like destroying everything. They explain that they're hunting for radiation, which is what they feed on. In this day and age, you can see why that would definitely be helpful to go through cities. But as far as the effects, it looked really good. There were some issues with, like this didn't match up. Maybe they breezed through this scene or that scene, but all in all, it really did look good. The story was good, and if you like the Godzilla movies of the older ones, whether it's the classic ones or the Matthew Broderick one, definitely go check this out because I really enjoyed it. Story was good. There was no, well, it's Godzilla, so it was a little bit far-fetched, but there was nothing excessively far-fetched about the story or what they could do. It was actually a really good movie, so definitely go check it out if you like giant monster movies or disaster movies, because there's plenty of disaster. Definitely go check it out. Once again, this is Nooch, the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.